Hi there, YouTube. Mr. Livery here. We're on the ground in Bathurst where we left on, was it Friday? Haven't done much flying since then, just the Boston flights. Had a nice Father's Day. Bit of an odd one. Got a random phone call really early in the morning from some random person thinking that I was their dad. I'm not their dad. I'm not anyone's dad. I have a dad. Anyhow, here in Bathurst, we're going to head over to the airfield. Hi there, HOTCH1P. Another thing that I did today was go to a musical. Saw a friend of mine sing and play. Had a bit of a power failure in the venue. That was fun. Bathurst Aerodrome, 20 zone. Yeah, not a bad airport. This is, of course, one of our rather few payware airports that we're visiting on this around Australia flight. I think there's only 18 in the set, and there's something closer to 100 freeware airports in my planned route. But yeah, looking at the back end of Bathurst Airport here. A couple of helicopters over there, including a big EMS one. Very nice weather as well. We haven't even taken off yet, but the track was seen last week, well, on Friday. We can go and see it again. Why not? And we'll probably take off, do a lap of the track, and then head on up to Scone. I am trying to get down to Maitland today, both because the weather is awesome, and also because getting to Maitland will put us in good position to get to the Sydney Harbour for Milk Run Monday. And that's tomorrow. So if we can get to Milk Run Monday tomorrow, we'll have air traffic control to guide us all the way down through the Sydney Harbour circuit into the Victor 1, down to Wollongong, back up to Bankstown, and then up to Richmond, where we will swap aeroplanes into the Papa Turkey again. Let's go through the gate. Cool. Walk around the edge. Behind the fuel truck. Couple of nice aeroplanes around here. Look at that. Nice afternoon sun. Very clear skies today as well. Birds are all chirping. And here's our plane right where we left it. Davo coming from Scone. Well, we'll do a full stop at Scone. We'll jump out. Might even need to get some fuel, not sure. And then we'll head on down to Maitland. I need door. Cool, so the door's open and we'll jump on in. Very nice airport, this one. Anyhow. Pilot cover is off so we can heat some stuff up. Let's get that master switch in. Pilot heat is on and drop those flaps. Flaps are set. Time for a walk around. Alright, they seem nice and solid. Boot is unlocked. Grab that tie down, let's check these. And Nick Antonopoulos coming in from Melbourne to Sydney. We might end up doing a Sydney to Melbourne in 2 weeks' time on Milk Run Monday. For this week though, I'm going to be flying this thing down through the Sydney Harbour Circuit. Inside Sydney approaches airspace. VFR and controlled airspace. That'll be quite interesting to do. Looking at the fuel, just jump on top. Peer on in there. How much do we have? Yeah, about half tanks. That'll get us to Scone. We'll do a refuel at Scone. Fuel's looking happy. No cracks in the prop. Another check on that side, yeah, about half a tank. All of it's fuel. Chock is away. Manchester to Bordeaux. I still need to repurchase my Manchester scenery. I don't have the version 4 version of it. I tried to use the FSX version and it was not very happy. Good stuff. Let's grab our door. And we're ready to start moving. Let's have a look at the flight plan today. Right, coming out of Bathurst, we'll be tracking straight direct to Scone. Not much airspace considerations. Scone is still inside the 8,500 step, so all good. Weather is beautiful clear. We can climb up to about 6,500, I reckon, and we'll just stay there the whole flight. And we'll worry about navigation into Maitland when we get there. Bathurst has runway 35 and 17. We're going to be taking off on the 35, making a left downwind departure, and then we'll do a lap of the circuit of the racetrack, and then we'll head on to Scone. CTAF is 127.35. Looks good to me. Pushing a few things up here. Okay, pilot heat is off. Probably don't even need it on this flight. There's no moisture in the air at all. Cool. Looking around. I don't see one around. Start the engine. Clear prop. Didn't like that very much. 2, 3, 4, 5. It's a bit colder than I thought. There we go. Cool, the beacon is in, and I'm going to turn on AVAX. Flap coming up. We could fly a B-52. There's not much you can do with it. You could fly it from one base to another base if you wanted to. Or you could fly it outside controlled airspace. You're not allowed to fly it into refueling operations there. Right, just going to chuck in a point at a Scone SCO. That's enough for now. All good. Transponder can go in. Altitude reporting is sorted. That's cool. And we have the Bathurst multicom already pre-tuned. There we go. Want some practice stalls? Yeah, we can do that. Why not? Got half tank of fuel, all good. The centers in the tank. Let's run the checklist before we start blasting off everywhere. Engine start, blah blah blah. Master switch is on, beacon is in. Auxiliary fuel pump, blah. All pressures checked, avionics are on. Flaps are retracted. For takeoff, seats, belts and doors closed, and the window is closed. Flight instruments are checked. What's the altitude down here? 2,434. Set. Okay, I'm just going to lean the mixer out for a little taxi and make a broadcast. And looks like we'll just want to sit on that taxiway. Cool. Traffic Bathurst, Juliet Kilo November Cessna 172 is taxiing at Bathurst runway 35. We'll sit on the Charlie taxiway to do some run-ups. Juliet Tango, Juliet Kilo November. Okay, we'll just go around the light. Parking brake is released. Yeah, we're outside of controlled airspace for most of this flight. Actually, all the flight. Unless we go up to 8,500, but I'm going to go up to about 6,500 and we can do a bunch of silly things up there if we want to. Okay, I'm going to face my blast a little bit away from the other airplanes. Mixture fully rich, and up we go. That magneto's not bad. Right's roughly the same. See where idle goes. About 525, about 500 around. Cool. Back to 1000 RPM. Lean it out again. Barely see the shadow. Alright, we'll start moving out. Truck Bathurst, Juliet Kilo November Cessna 172 was entering runway 35, departure left hand downwind. Okay, it looks like I've drifted our compass a little. Just one west of west, south of west. Yep, that looks about right there. Light is in, strobe is on. Traffic Bathurst, Charlie Kilo November, entering runway 35, departure downwind. And off we go. That's 500 above. Yeah, the yoke works pretty well. Sticks are good for Airbuses. Traffic Bathurst, Charlie Kilo November, turning downwind, runway 35. That's our hill over there. I'm just going to extend a little bit to the south, and we'll come around to put ourselves on the left hand side so we can see out my window a lot easier. If we had a passenger on board, we'd probably try to put it on the right hand side, but we don't have it attached to my head, not the passenger's head. So yeah, today I was out at Macedon, which is a little suburb, not even suburb, it's a town out of Melbourne, going past Sunbury. It's called a highway. Or was it Ballarat Road, one of them. Quaint little town. And mine was in the musical production over there. Keeping that power at 2400 RPM. So how was your Father's Day? I didn't really see much of mine. Father, that is. He didn't call me. But he knew that I was at the musical, so I'll get to him later. Happy first day of spring. We had a massive thunderstorm here in Melbourne today. Had a power outage out at Macedon. Mount Panorama. The so-called mountain. So of course a racing track. Site of the Bathurst 1000 supercar race. Starting in warm in Christchurch. It's fast though. Lucky you. Thunderstorms down in Geelong, yeah, it probably would have been the same thunderstorms that we got. We would have hit you guys a little bit earlier. That was swept right across the entire bay area. I believe the Bathurst is indeed next month. It is indeed a great race. Always good to see a Ford hit a kangaroo. Back end of the mountain. I have owned one of each, a Falcon and a Holden, and out of those two I found the Falcon, the Holden far more reliable of the cars that I've owned. That said, the Falcon that I owned was an old one, like a 1997, and the Holden that I'm running is a 2008 model, so I'm sure there's some difference there. I want to find the user interface on the Holden to be a little bit nicer. Using a Holden Commodore Amiga. And the 97 Falcon was a, they called it the Futura even though it was a Falcon. It was the first new Falcon. New as in 1998. Yeah, the systems on the Holden have been a little bit nicer to use than the Falcon, in my opinion. Just basic creature comforts like having a digital readout of your speedometer. Anyway, that's Bathurst behind us mostly, and we're going to go ahead and head off down to Scone. Just going to clear out of the airspace. Continuing to climb. There's the railway. An ED Fairmont. Okay. My first car was a Mitsubishi Meltdown. I hated it. It was a horrible car. I went through more fuel filters on that thing than any other part. I think I was going through a fuel filter every 6 months at one stage. Anyway, we're going to get away from the city a little bit, then we'll do our little stall handling thing. The closest metro train station to where I am will either be Broadmeadows or Jacana. I usually go to Jacana because it's slightly easier to walk there. Go up to 7005. A couple of clouds over there that weren't in the forecast. There's not much in the way of roads over this area, so where are we? Yeah, I just came out of Bathurst. We'll track up north towards, what's that place over there? That's a 3,500 foot mountain over there, 3,600. That's the highest hill that we have, just out of Barwick. That one kind of slanting off in this direction, so it shouldn't be too bad. There's Rillstone Air Park. Good old Nissa. Yeah, not too bad. Good old beeper saying that there's traffic over there, do not turn. Yeah, I've got no fancy equipment on my car. It's just a cruise control. A very nice digital readout of my speed. I'm going to bug up where we are headed. So who wants to do the stall, and are we doing it power on or power off? Why not a power on stall? It's going to reduce to about 2000 RPM. And I'm just going to pull up into the stall. Choke Bathurst, July Kilo November is 20 miles south of, north of Bathurst, doing some air work at 7,500. Block altitude 8,000 down to 6,000. There's the stall. It's starting to spin out a little bit. We'll try and hold it all the way through. There it goes. Let's let it go. $180-degree turn in that. That was interesting. I'll go the other way. $60 knots in a climb with some power on. 6,500. Really wants to drop a wing, doesn't it? Alright, we'll push it out. Fly back up to 7005. So one thing I do like about the stall warning system on a Cessna 172, and that it's just essentially a read like a gazoo. When the air starts getting pulled out of it in the correct direction, it just plays a note. Works a little bit like a saxophone. Fun with stalls. Yeah, you could stall it all the way. Just make sure you balance yourself with your rudder a little bit, but not too much. None of this cross steering thing, otherwise you'll end up in spin. There was a time that I used to play the alto sax. Haven't done that for about 20 years. I do indeed still play the trumpet. Trumpet 1. I only have 6 trumpets. I've got a B flat trumpet and a C trumpet. I've got an E flat trumpet that also has a D crook, so it can turn into a D trumpet. And I've got a piccolo trumpet in the corner. So there's 500. That's why a trumpet's good. There's no need for fingering. There's a lot of need for very good breath control. Yeah, whatever. I've never played a string instrument in my life. Wouldn't know what to do with a guitar if you gave me one. And I was very bad at playing piano for two or three years. Let's not go there. Just watching my own replay, and it's got the transcription of what I'm saying. It's hilariously wrong. Alrighty, I might go ahead and stick in our autopilot. 7005 Army. Yeah, it's fine, it's Pacific. And let's go into the navigation mode. You do indeed have a almost an entire band here. Who's a guitarist though? Let's do some stuff with our mixture. You can hear it in the engine note when you go too low. It's going to adjust the red line, and that should be working fine. 8,500 is as high as we can get. We're sitting here at 7,690 for some reason. Let's get out of that and just click down a few. Altitude. Plumb back into it again. Righto. Hello, Sydney A. Yeah. 320. That's nice. Us Cessna boys can't get up to flight level anything. "81 miles, we'll be there at time 13, current time 34, that's about 40 minutes away. Jason, yeah, we're going pretty good. Autopilot's not really maintaining its altitude for some reason, but whatever. It really wants to be at 7,700. Yeah, we did a couple of stalls. One of them was a spin that I kind of reversed back into the other direction. Lost 1,000 feet. And did an 180-degree turn vertically. Now we're trying to beat the sun into Maitland. Still a good 2,000 feet above terrain. Terrain is 3,500. We started the stall at 7,000 and we recovered at 6,500. You reckon 600? I reckon it was about a bit more than that, 800-ish. But we started spinning to the left and I was trying to reverse it to get it to go right. And it did. But we're already about 30 degrees nose down by that point, so. I'm not sure there is any good scenery for Ballarat. There's some scenery for Ballarat. That's not good. I think we might have started the flight too late. I can see the sun coming down. I kind of want to recreate that, but of course we don't have the right kind of airplane for it, so. Maybe we should go to Cessna instead. Take the proper airplane up to Maitland. Then again, I do have the photo of myself at Cessna too. Yeah, we can do the old Cessna with HTM. Long haul on Father's Day, eh? QF hole 61. There's real stone. There's Mudgy. There's Richmond. It's still inside the 8,500 area. About there. Scone TTAP is 128.0. .78. I call that too smooth. Which river is this? Kapiti River. Now that looks like cloud to me, so I'm going to go ahead and descend 2,000 feet. Gotta hate low cloud. Not as bad as it has been for the last 2 days though, so we at least have that. Speaking of weather, Scone is showing no cloud. QNH 1018. By flavouring lots and eating up lots of runway. That's how you do it. I don't know, really. I've only really started looking at my landing weights since I've started live streaming. I've had dual digits before, something like 70, 75-ish, but it's not something to really think about too much. This might be near the Barrington top. I think that might be Mount Barrington. Nah, it's not Barrington. It's the Golden River National Park. Nullo Mountain is that one. Mount Nullo, N-U-L-L-O. Lots of deep gorges around there. going to go around that hill. Yep, AUFS Scone is where we're headed. Yeah, anybody flying default aircraft well, boring. There's so many good add-on airplanes around there. Why would you even fly default? Even this little cube. One of these days someone will hire him, but he'll need a lot more hours than one. Hopefully the default airplanes on FS 2020 are a little bit better than the defaults in FSX were. An actual proper GPS wouldn't go astray. Something like that. Something they can manipulate inside the simulator through the on-screen menus and not having to go into your alt menu and pull down stuff from here. Project 299, the designer of AUFS, apparently. AUFS, we still have this massive hole in the Milk Run Mondays. There's no Albury Airport. We need one. All the towers. Need more Australian scenery developers putting towered airports out there. Which would involve Albury, Hobart and Karratha, is it? They're the big ones that haven't been done yet. Just McLennan, I'll be flying this little aeroplane down for Milk Run Monday. Coming out of Maitland, heading down Sydney Harbour Scenic at 1,000-ish feet. Then heading down Victor 1 all the way to Wollongong, doing at least a touch of go, if not a stop, have a look at the museum at Haas. And then we'll head back on up to Bankstown and then eventually Richmond. We will put the Julie November to bed. And then on Wednesday, 2 days later, we'll take we'll take Hotel Tango Mike out to Scone, not Scone, sorry, Cessna. Yeah, bigger projects than the tower there, Fields. Yeah, okay. I guess Brisbane needs to be done as well, and maybe Canberra redone. I'd buy Brisbane with 2 runways, 3 runways. I'd also buy Canberra with a proper terminal. Canberra and Brisbane need updating. Albury needs something, because at the moment we have the opportunity of either the Albury default scenery, the Orbx scenery, which is essentially default, and nothing else. Which is why I don't fly there very much. It's kind of the perfect stopover if you want to fly North one Monday in a Dash 8. Dash 8 down to Albury. That means if you get there and there's a tower, your Class D. If you get there is no tower, then it's just Class 3 CETA, like real well. Yeah, that'll be my big request is Albury. It's right in the middle of the milk run. Vat packers will be using it every week. Then Hobart. Yeah, I think in order of operations, I think Albury, Hobart, and then Karratha. And anything else above that is above and beyond whatever we want. And obviously the ones that I mentioned that need an update. We get away with Canberra not being updated, but it'd be really nice to have. And Brisbane, of course, at some point it'll have a runway 19 right, 01 left. There, you're 2 miles out. Lockheed pulling. G'day, how you doing? Bit more of a low cloud over there. I think we'll need to follow the river around almost, but we definitely need to descend. Next, descending into Sydney, I'm descending below clouds and then eventually down into Scone. Got what we have here at Scone. Scone Aerodrome runway 11 and 29. METAR showing 050 to 1 knot. Does that even matter? We'll go for runway 29. 700 feet. Auckland scenery, there's not much. There's the OZx North Island, which is an improvement on the default, but it's not that much of an improvement at the end of the day. Still default looking textures. At least the layout's right. That's true, Flightbeam are making one, which will be released at some point in the unknown future. There we go, just going to pull back on power touch. Four knot tailwind there. It's going to go underneath, well, just going to go to the left of this verger and then we'll turn down. I'll just give it a bit wider of a berth there. Yeah, that looks like a classic verger. Just to say that cloud is producing rain, but the rain is evaporating before it hits the ground. Orbx is going to update Canberra. There's no indication that they will be. Probably not, which is a pity. To be entirely honest, all the taxiways are correct. It's just that the terminal looks nothing like it does anymore. Instead of having, I think the one that we have in Orbx has 6 gates, and then the real terminal's now got 13 or 14 gates. Yeah, one of the signs is the old Virgin Australia ad. Sorry, Virgin Blue ad. Clearly an airline that doesn't really have that name anymore. Yeah, Wagga would be nice. I think Albury would be nicer. Because Wagga's fine, but it's a seat out, so you know. Yeah, it's true. It'd be nice to get a Brisbane out of them, but yeah, whatever. I think Brisbane's the major one that we really need because of the whole extra runway. Maybe someone can tack on an extra runway for us at some point. What's all this cloud doing there? That's what. To descend even lower. Let's get down to 2.5. I'll be getting next plane 11 when we have an MD11. Next plane 11, MD11. Yeah, that's true. 20 miles out. Follow the river, I reckon. Let's go ahead and do that. My airplane. Okay, mixture coming up. Sure, I'll fly along to Maitland. That sounds fine to me. Is that a restricted airspace? Because it is a open cut coal mine, isn't it? Yeah, there was one that's behind us, but we cleared it. It's okay. I'll just visually go around this open cut mine so they get exploded with dynamite. They tend to do that around dams, around these kinds of things. Miles out, we just need to go around that big mountain and we'll be there. There's sky above again. Scone traffic, Juliet Killer November, Cessna 172 is at 3,000 feet to the south of Scone. Tracking inbound for runway 29, we'll fall on down and estimate for Scone circuit time 1-2. Juliet Killer November. I'll land on runway 29, we'll vacate into there, we'll fuel up the aeroplane and then we will blast off down to Maitland. And a rather quiet day for air traffic control today. I guess it is Father's Day, so that makes sense. People at home with their dads or whatever, out at dinner. I was going to do the Russian fly-in last night, but I got really tired at about 11 o'clock, so I didn't really want to stay up till midnight. So I went to bed. I actually got up at 6 AM to do the event over in Minneapolis, but there's essentially just Minneapolis Airport. That was it. Minneapolis Tower, Minneapolis Approach, Minneapolis Center. No one else online. So it would have been a bit of a Unicom fair. We had to go on somewhere like Denver. But I decided not to go. Went back to bed. It's a bit cold this morning anyway in Melbourne. Okay, Scone is at 700 feet. We're starting to descend now to 1007. Traffic Scone, Juliet Kilo November is 10 miles to the southwest of the field. Descending over 3,000 feet for 1,700. We'll join on the base. Juliet Kilo November, runway 29. Medical 888. Okay, mixture's coming up to full rich out of 3,000 feet. So on the checklist. Okay, seats are adjusted and secure. Brakes are released. Undercarriage is fixed. Mixture is fully rich. Fuel is set to both, and I'm showing slightly uneven wear in the tanks, but we'll be fine. Instruments are set. Seats are secure. Can't wait till we have our CTAF voice connection on the new codec. That'll be amazing. There's our airfield. And we're pretty much at the base. Traffic Scone, Juliet Kilo November is turning extended base runway 29. Into the downwind up in there. Traffic Scone, Jellicoe November, base runway 29. Cool. And a flap in. Traffic Scone, Jellicoe November, final runway 29. Minus 41, I was still pretty flat for a Cessna. Traffic Scone, Jellicoe November, vacating runway 29. Yeah, probably do need to do a V2 update. V2 certainly broke a bunch of stuff. I have a funny feeling that I didn't turn off the V2 default scenery that comes with it. So I'm seeing a bunch of aircraft around. They'll probably got new scenery. Anyway, I'm going to go over here to the fueling browser, jump on out and put some fuel in. Okay, 1000 RPM, flaps coming up. Brakes are in. Pop this off. Down we go. To answer the question, no, I'm not doing Melbourne to Sydney tomorrow. I'm doing Maitland to Richmond via Wollongong and Bankstown. Anyhow, we're here to get some fuel into the old Cessna 172. Going to pretty much fill it up. We're going to take it full down to Maitland so we don't need to refuel it to do our City Harbour Scenic stuff tomorrow. Righty there. Just need to do the fuel drains before we go. Fuel drain looks okay. Up the top here. Yep, that's a full tank. Another full tank. Another fuel drain. That looks fine to me. All right, let's head on down to old Maitland. It'll be a bit dark by the time we get there. Have lighters on, beacon lighters in, fuel pump. Clear prop. Thousand RPM set. Extra lean down, close the window, let's get moving. There the old night VFR. Righty, let's start moving. Someone's just joined the session somewhere. I can hear you, but I can't see you. There you are. No, Cherokee right behind us. Good stuff. Traffic Scone, Juliet Kilo November, Cessna 172 at the fuel bowser. We'll be taxiing out to runway 29 to backtrack. Departure southeast bound to Maitland. Juliet Kilo November. Okay, 1-2, that's all good. Full tanks for Sydney. We'll just position the plane down south. So a bit closer to Sydney for tomorrow. And tomorrow we'll be taking this aeroplane down to the Victor 1 southbound to Wollongong, up to Bankstown and up to Richmond. Going to come to a stop here, just make sure that all of our bits and pieces are actually working. Set. That's looking happy. And so is that. Up to 1000 RPM. Just got to check our test button. Landing lights on, taxi lights on, strobe lights on, and the fuel pump's on. Let's move it. Traffic Scone, Juliet Kilo November, Cessna 172, entering runway 29 to backtrack. Juliet Kilo November. Traffic Scone, Juliet Kilo November, Cessna 172, departing runway 29, left hand downwind departure, Juliet Kilo November. There's the climb. Traffic Scone, Juliet Kilo November is departing the zone to the southeast on climb 6,000, again 5,500, passing 2,000, Juliet Kilo November. As Nick Duffel in his Piper getting airborne. Okay, we need to stay to the right hand side of that lane because that is the restricted airspace around Newcastle Williamtown. We're just coming out of Scone and we just need to stay on the right hand side of this Romeo 583 Bravo because inside there lies danger in the form of FA-18 Hornets doing high-speed random routes. As long as we stay to the right-hand side of this kind of pink line that's going down there, we'll be alright. Thanks for that, Jason. Good old MD-11. You probably won't even notice it because we'll be flying one of these things. In fact, Juliet Kill November. Right down past Sydney. So unless we happen to be near the Victor 1 or on the Harbour Scenic Circuit, I won't even notice that you're passing by. Going to fly the FedEx aeroplane or the UPS or something else. So I reckon those are the two MD-11s of choice. Especially to Sydney. Get the good old FedEx aeroplane coming in and the UPS as well. That's a couple of hours behind it. Good old UBS, yep, I do like the livery. Speaking of UPS MD-11s, Friday night operations next week of Louisville. We're doing a big event into Louisville, so if you happen to be around, Friday night ops, I think it's about 2300 UTC on so-called next Friday. Which us Australians would call Saturday morning at about 10 AM. And yeah, bring your MD-11 down to what they call that thing, Louisville World Port. Because airport's not good enough for them, they call it a world port. Welcome to World Port. It's an airport. But yeah, we're getting your MD-11 down to the Louisville World Port next Friday night ops. 2300 UTC for 4 hours. Weather's very smooth up here, it's very nice to be. Barely any turbulence at all. I'm still thinking what to bring in. Maybe the 747-8 freighter. Sounds like the most logical choice for me, given I don't have an MD-11. Getting a bit hard to see up this sunlight. 59. About 20 minutes or so until we get to Maitland. Just overdid our altitude a little bit. Gonna push down, gonna let that speed climb. Let's trim that out. So 500 RPM, just pulling out our mixture. Mixture seems to be right about where I want it. Good to see those clouds are gone away. It's nothing but clear blue, pink, purple, darkening skies. Jason's got 90 minutes till he's on the ground. I've got about a little under 30. 20 almost. Yeah, 20 minutes we'll be there. Setting like 2400 RPM. That's on Carter Lake over there, I think. Not using the autopilot right now, just trim. Look at that, hands off. Anyway, plummet away a little bit. There we go. Alright, thinking about what we're doing when we get into Maitland. What's the weather? Maitland weather, wind 010 at 8. No, that's not right. Okay, variable at 3 knots. Doesn't matter which one I use. We're going to go ahead and use runway 23 since that'll put us right near the area that we want to park. We'll park on the concrete. Leave it there overnight and pick it up tomorrow to our city's harbour setting. Okay, I think we're as far south as we need to be. I'm just going to turn directly to the field now. finished his little Melbourne to Sydney. It'll be a good practice for tomorrow. Yes, raisins scone with some jam and some cream. What's our CTAP frequency? 122.65. SGT is Singleton. I reckon I might even go on to the other part since I'm just trying to offload myself a little bit there. Altitude mode set. Headings in. More of these mines doing their mining operation. Lots of them out here. This is the Hunter Valley, where all the coal comes from. Mostly large open cut mines. It's like Nick isn't very far back. I can see him on my Takeoff AD. Making a beeline for the direct line. Just going to zoom out a touch because I just want to stay. Yeah, we can probably do a direct from now. That could work. Let's do it. And navigation mode's in. Off we go. Okay, the fuel pump is off. Don't need these two for the moment. That's a bit too bright. Yeah, 25 miles out. Might go ahead and descend down to 3,005. Altitude select, just going to pull back on the power. Switching that mixer a touch. Down to the Singleton down there. There's Maitland 12265. We're just coming down right next to Singleton. I think we're between Singleton and the restricted airspace. I just need to double check. Yeah, that should be fine. We do need to stay away from Docra. Of course, Docra is inside its own restricted airspace. It's a army base down there in Docra. And we can see that there with cool. Whiskey Kilo Whiskey being an R as a restricted. SGT with a question mark means that it's a small licensed landing area with unknown information. And CNK is Cessna. Feet to go. $18 miles. Okay, the Maitland elevation is 85 feet, we'll call it 100. We come into runway 23, we'll pass overhead the field. No, we won't, we'll start down here. So we're in the dead zone, so I'll descend into the circuit altitude just outside the crosswind and make our standard entry into downwind. Left-hand circuits, runway 23. Okay, 30 miles will make our broadcast. Traffic, Maitland, Julie Killer November, Cessna 172 is 3,500, passing to the north of Singleton. We'll be tracking inbound for a downwind approach runway 23, Julie November. And we do anticipate circuit time 55. Alright, autopilot is off, and we'll start that descent. Looking for runway 23, sorry. Which is right there. On descent. Two threes on the approach. There's the 10 miles. Traffic Maitland, Julie Killer November, 10 miles to the west of the field. On descent down to 1,100, passing to 3,000, Julie Killer November. And estimate circuit time 55. Okay, mixture coming up. There's 2,500. Checks, brakes are released, undercarriage is fixed, mixture is fully rich. Fuel pump is on. Fuel set to both. Seats and harnesses are secure. Traffic Maitland, Julie Killer November is joining crosswind, runway 23, we'll call it downwind. Is that it there? Got it. Hangar's easy to spot, runway not so much. Yeah, 500 rub circuit height. Keep it coming down to the circuit height. Kind of square off the circuit now. And some dude drove along the highway. And with a crosswind. Traffic Maitland, Julia Kilo, November, turning base, again, turning downwind, runway 23, Julia Kilo, November. That's right, we've got the parking space there. Traffic Maitland, Julia Kilo, November is turning base, runway 23. There's 80 knots, flaps 10. There's all the flap. Traffic Maitland, Julia Kilo, November, turning final, runway 23. Something else on base there. Is that base or fire? Downwind? Nope, they're on downwind. Good. Bit low on the downwind. Hi Miss Scone, how Jody? I've got an aircraft behind us. I'm just going to drop over to the grass. Kilo November is vacating onto the grass. Kilo November. Right in between those two spots there. This is technically a taxiway. Haha, someone else gonna come in. Cool. We'll need to use the runway again. Nope, they're going for the runway. At least they can see it. I'll just sit here for a little bit. Okay, to come up on the grass, we'll just need to lift over this. Try to get a prop strike. And we're on terra firma. Alright, need to refuel. We'll just go ahead and park. Good stuff. Awesome parking job, man. You know what? We'll park over where I parked with Arjun that time, because we don't have any grass parking or anything over here.
Traffic.
Okay, you go that way around. Right there. I'll push it back a little bit. Brakes in. As 1000 RPM. Let's get all these things off. Okay, let's open the door. And just going to push the aeroplane back a little bit so we aren't sitting in the middle of the taxiway. And stick our tail a little closer to that spot there. I think on the actual day we kind of face the tail up there. Let's do that. Yeah, about that spot there. Alrighty, so roughly where we were that time I brought Hotel Tango Mike up here in the dark. That time. Yeah, that's pretty much it, isn't it? So it's kind of that space there. With the sun going down. And with that, we'll go ahead and jump out of the airplane. Put all the stuff in here. Oh, that's impossible to see. Gonna have to undock that. Cool. So that's our tie downs and our wheel trucks. There it is, Drill It Kill November. This is the second last day that we'll be in the Cessna 172 on this tour. Tomorrow we'll fly it down to Sydney Harbour, do the whole Sydney Harbour circuit, go down the Victor 1, head around Wollongong, back up to Bankstown, and then park it into Richmond. And then on Wednesday we'll be taking Hotel Tango Mike out. And we'll fly Hotel Tango Mike all the way up to Queensland in 2 weeks' time. So once every 2 days or so, we'll do a flight on Wednesday, and then another flight on Friday. I want to try and get through that gap there. Can't. Okay. Looks like a gap. Trying. Let's run up to it. Try and jump over the gate, the fence. Nope, it's not gonna let me. Fine. A simple waist-high gate. Anyhow, we'll figure that out next time. There you are. Hi, how you doing? I'll spot a HD in his Piper. And whoever this was that ran us over. Cool. Well, I hope you enjoyed the stream. I'll be back tomorrow. We'll be doing the Milk Run Monday in the Cessna. So until tomorrow, I bid you adieu. Hope you've enjoyed the flying. And I'll see you guys next time. Let's head back over to that space where I wanted to be. Almost. No, FSX doesn't have the walk around capability. I don't even think prepared version 2 does. It's a new thing in, I think, 4, might have been 3. But yeah, certainly not an FSX. Anyway, I'll see you guys tomorrow, leaving from here and going down to Sydney. Catch you then.